Hi everybody, it's Robin from Talks from the Heart. So I lost footage, so I'm filming this intro like a couple hours later when I went to edit. So in this video, I go ahead and I show you what I have decided to use for 2026. I feel like there's a lot of people out here that have asked me about it, and they're really excited to see, and I'm really actually surprised at what I decided to do. I know that planner season is upon us. I know that it's extremely early in the year. It actually, for some reason, this year, it felt like it came on real quick. So please don't feel pressured to decide what you want to do. Just take this as an idea video, because I honestly think that we rush it in this community. It really isn't really time, to be honest with you. And there's so many different companies now and people that have started making planners. And then Hobonichi is all in an uproar this year with so many different changes. So, all right, I'm gonna stop and now go into when I originally started to film. So I appreciate you clicking on this video and being patient with me. You're certainly not here for the aesthetics, but you're here for the great conversation, and I appreciate that. So here we go. I got interrupted. All right, take number 5. Anyways, I don't know why this year I feel so rushed. I can't explain it, and nobody's put that pressure on me but me. So a couple weeks ago, gosh, the beginning of August, I started brainstorming in my commonplace notebook about what I wanted to do, and there's pages and pages and pages of this. It's gone on for weeks, and I finally settled on some stuff, and I feel really okay with what I've decided to do. I also feel like, based on some comments that I've recently received under my recent videos, that there is a pinch of an urgency for me to share what I'm going to be doing, because people are looking for ideas. All right. So what I first started to do was I first started to make a list of things that I wanted to track. What do I want to keep track of? And what do I want? So my commonplace notebook will just be anything that I'm currently using. It might be a half-used notebook. I have at least 5 of them sitting in the drawer to my right where they're started and not finished. So I don't much worry about that. This is where I do emotional journaling, brainstorming, list making, all the things that you would need to just write down, pen to paper, to help anxiety or to get your thoughts there so that you can, just have them in a safe place. I do stuff like, all right, what do I need to save for? What in my house am I not prepared for that I need to save? I'm going to be starting to get widow's benefits from Social Security. So I need to make sure that I have my money all okay, and I have a good view of that, and that takes pen and paper for me. Some people don't need it. I personally don't know how people live without it. I have changed my planner, 3 to 4 times, and there's notes and notes and notes and notes about that. So we're gonna just set that aside, because I'm pretty organized with what I did need that one page open because I have this posted. I'm pretty organized with what I'm going to do. So let's start with the big kahuna. And that's the main planner that I will reach for every day, every morning, no matter what. It's an A5 notebook, and I think it's from Jenikas 58 on Etsy. And I found it literally unused in my box downstairs, where my graveyard, my planner box graveyard. This is a cover that Sarah Martinez made me, and it is that, what did Chic Sparrow used to call this? Mr. Darcy? And there's a huge scratch that I will never get out, and I don't know how I put it there, but this is one of the most prized possessions I have, and it says, "To Robin from Sarah." She wrote it there for me. I did vacillate from going from a B6 as my main planner because I wanted to change the size. And then I realized as I stenciled out the monthlies, and I will tell you, by the way, you guys, all I'm going to say is I'm probably going to be all over the place trying to explain all of this, and then hopefully you get something out of it. I know that didn't sound and still very good piece, but I've got a lot going on here on the table. So I use stencils. I do not try to draw it out. I am not a bullet journaler. When I stenciled out the monthlies, I realized, because right now currently my everyday main planner is a Moleskine Expanded, and I looked at the Moleskine Expanded and realized a B6 wasn't going to be enough room for me to write what I needed to write. So I had already started this Stalogy, and then once I stenciled out a couple of months, I realized, oops, that size isn't going to work for me, but that's okay. It was just a few stenciled pages, and I wasn't much worried about it. I do buy my stencils from Kathie's Planning for layouts like this, and then Do Not Microwave Crafts sells letters and numbers, and I have a number of her sets. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm frustrated because every time I go to Kathie's Planning, the Etsy shop, it's closed. So I'm like, all right, because I would have actually, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing that she was closed, because it made me become more creative with what I already had. Now, my goal wasn't to not spend new money on my lineup for 2026, but that's exactly what happened. In this lineup, I have not, the one thing I did purchase new was the Stalogy. I did purchase the Stalogy new, and then that's it. That's the only thing I purchased. All the covers, all the notebooks, all the stencils, everything like that, I already had. So let's talk about my A5 that I'll probably start off in this cover. And let's talk about how I set it up. So there's a number of things that I like to track, and there's a number of things that I like to do daily, and you'll see that how this unfolds. I always leave the first page blank, and then I always use this stencil, and basically what I do is I just put the month, and then I put a bow sticker from Okie Plans in the month when the month is finished. It just gives me a really fun place to decorate. Then it starts off with 12 months, okay? The 12 months are what I'm going to be using for appointments, work schedules, birthdays, and any basic forward planning. I did not want to use number stickers or days of the week stickers, so I hand wrote that. And the reason why is I don't like when it creates the bumps on the page. Okay, my phone just said no more storage. This phone, it's crippling on its last leg. I hope what I was saying. Oh yeah, I don't like how the number stickers create bumps. So I did just write it in with pen. So there's 12 months there. So I always like to have a place to forward plan. Then I have a cover sheet for bills. This just gives me a nice place to decorate. Before I started writing in this notebook, I literally counted out everything, and I was able to get January through August. And since I didn't want to buy a new notebook for this project, I just decided I'm okay with that. Let's see how I last till August. We all know how fickle we all can be, me mostly. So this is the January through, and I wrote January through April, and then I went, nope, gotta add it. So I had to go back and recount it. So this is a labor of love, but this is the bill section. I did try to incorporate the bills in my previous planner where I had it with the month and the weeks, and that didn't work. I was doing a lot of flipping. And I also then tried to incorporate the bills with my forward planning section, and that's currently what I'm doing, and it's not working very well. I need a separate place, and I also need a separate place where the months are all back to back. So for instance, August will this isn't August, this is January, but August will then ramp into Monday, and I get paid every Friday. So it helps for me to be able to do this because I pay my bills about 3 weeks in advance. So I have all the way till August for my bill section, And then I have my January cover page. Then I have another month at a glance that I'm going to use to check off when I start books and when I make dog food. And did I bring it with me? I did not. I just have little functional stickers that I'm going to be adding when I do certain stuff like that. And so this might be a tracking month at a glance where I also just write in W for a walk, T for treadmill, just things like that. And then I'm also going to chart my glucose. I think I'm going to chart my glucose here. And I just wanted, I just need that space where I have a bird's eye view about things that are important to me. So like, for instance, when I make my homemade dog food, when I buy dog treats, I will chart here my YouTube subs. I will also put a little sticker when I post a YouTube video, and I'll probably put my weather. But I have a couple of options. I've created a planner where if that's too much in the box, I can just do it here on the weekly spread, which is just basically a horizontal. I know you're gonna have a lot of shading here. Is that good? I hope that's good. And then what I did here, what I changed from what I currently have. So currently I have the same layout, all right? I have this horizontal layout. I have the master to-do list for the week. And then here I have my daily to-do and then what happened on that day. So that's working great, except there was one thing that I needed to assess was, do I need that much room? And the answer was no. So what I decided to do was have this still be the same, where I have like a horizontal weekly and a master weekly to-do list. And then each day will get one page, not two. So on the top, it'll be a to-do list. And all that happens for me when I shrink down the space that I have is I just write smaller. When I have more space, I end up writing bigger. So here then on the top, so this will be Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday is kind of a wash for me. I work very long hours, like the morning early till all the way 5 p.m. I really don't like to say that on videos because I had somebody show up at my house from YouTube uninvited, so I don't like to announce a lot. I think since that happened, I'm extremely cautious about when I leave my house and when I don't, because I don't want people just to know when my house is empty. And yes, if you're new to this channel, it was traumatizing, and it really, as it settled in, it really pissed me off because I asked him to leave and he wouldn't leave, and it was really unnecessary because he didn't have to do that. There were 8 ways to Sunday to reach me in a more proper manner, and don't get me going because it still to this day fires me up. So I realized that I didn't need a full 2 pages, and that also helped to get more months into the one book. So I will then at the top do a to-do list, and at the bottom do a rapid log. And I don't know if I'm gonna draw a line or just put a strip of washi to separate those 2 sections, but I do know that I'm not going to jump ahead and decorate a lot. As you can see, I just did this with the stencil. This is the stencil I have. I love stencils, you guys, because I can just use this section of the stencil and ignore the rest, or I can use the whole thing for a page. You can just divide stuff out how you need it. So I just did this to show you guys as a sample, and then I did this one. Oh, here, that's better. And then I'll just, as I have time, I'll go in and add. Did I do all of them? No, I did not. No, I did not. As I have time, I'll go in and do all of those. All right, so that takes us all the way till August. And then I got lucky and I have a couple of note pages. So I put started note pages. And then in the back, I have this stencil with books, and I'll probably just stencil out the word books, and I'll just color those in when I finish a book, okay? So that is my main 2026 planner. It looks so good and I'm so happy, and I will at some point just take these out. I'm not gonna date the whole thing because I might choose to date the weeks in a different style. I did go through though. Actually, I kind of skipped ahead, didn't I? I'm sorry, you guys. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, so like this is the April cover page, and I always like to have a cover page because I like to have something to decorate. And then again, then the month will start with the month at a glance, where I'm going to track a lot of stuff, and then it ramps right into my weeklies. Okay, so that's my main planner. I'm trying to think where I want to go next. Well, it's not complicated. I really only have my health journal, which I'm going to dramatically change, and then I have my memory keeper. Memory keeper took a lot of thought, you guys, and I decided last night, actually, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna use that B6 So what I decided to do was things that were important to me that I will transfer from my main planner into this. People might say, well, you're doubling up your work. Yes, I am, but the other thing is, there's a couple of factors that factor into that. One, I have the time. Two, I save this for when I want to be super creative and add stickers. With my main planner right now, if I get to having stickers in the weeks, it's fine. If not, I don't have it. So you can see here this week, I have no stickers. Does that make me happy? Absolutely not. I would love to have it look all pristine and stickery and ooh, blurry. Okay, there we go. But sometimes life just happens. So this one is this is for memory and for being creative and making it pretty. Is it pristine? No. Remember my last video? I'm like, listen, if you know, this video isn't going to intimidate you because I'm not perfect in this memory book. So in the first section, I have 12 months where I will just hand date that when I have time for the weather. And then I have my glucose numbers, all 12 months. I saved a page to decorate. And I have this stencil. Hang on. That's the stencil for that. Stencils, man. Love them. I couldn't do this without stencils. All right, so then I have 12 months of that, which I will date. And then I thought really long and hard about the YouTube, because in the past I've always highlighted the day, or I've had a big month at a glance. This time I decided to use this stencil and just save the pages. And this will just be the months, and it'll have the number. I'll just write the number, the subs, and then how much I made on YouTube in this. I usually just I don't really keep track of the dollar amount. I mostly just keep track of the subscribers and then the amount of videos I put out. So I'll just do that. And then I have 2 blank pages to decorate, okay, which is important for me. And then these 12 months is where I will chart when I start a book. I'll print out my Canon Ivy. I'll print out a little picture of it and put it there. And when I make homemade dog food, I'll do that. Now, I'm doing the homemade dog food. That might trail off as the year goes on. I've never done it, and I've made homemade dog food since 2020 for Cooper. And I want to, and I probably could track it now and this year, so I may. But I want to figure out how often I do it, and especially now with 2 dogs, because I feel like I'm always making it, and but I'm not sure. So I have 12 months of that, so I can change what I'm going to track on those 12 months at a glance. And then I have a 2025 cover page. I left these blank just for something to decorate. I also didn't know that I wanted to write on this side of the cover page. I wasn't sure. And you know what? I have enough room in this B6 because basically I need 68 pages for this stuff, and then 52, so 104, I have 52 weeks, and I need 2 pages per week, because this is what it looks like. And so what is that, 100 104. So I have plenty of pages, and that's why I went, okay, you know what? This is going to work. I'm going to do it because I have the time to do it, and I have the book. I don't want to rebuy an expensive planner and then, you know, end up going, you know what? This doesn't even have what I need anyways. So I decided to make my own. And then normally I would have loved to have had the Hobonichi Weeks horizontal view here as an option, but I didn't have that in a B6. So I chose this one, which I already had. And I thought, you know what, it does the same thing. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using a Hobonichi cousin and having everything on one page like this, I'm going to condense it. And that was the other thing is that I had already tried my new idea, and I thought, this works. I like it. So right now, this is my Hobonichi Weeks. It's my health journal in my Tragan cover. I get asked that. And I'm turning to the two mock-ups. So this is how I mocked it up, okay, where I just condensed. So I'll take my daily planner, and I'll take my rapid log events and photographs for the week, and I'll probably do it weekly or bi-weekly, and I will plunk down the main core memories in the week, and it'll be in here, and I have enough room to do that with photographs. Then the bottom part will just be for decoration. So this will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, you guys, that's all I need, and I'm loving the idea. I am going to finish my cousin because I committed to it, but I think this will be more enjoyable and less daunting for me. Even though I've kept up on the cousin this year, I still feel a little like, you know what, I just want to streamline it just a pinch. So after I have 102, I think I have like 100 and some pages left. So the back pages will be used for any kind of ephemera or any major events or anything like that where I don't have enough space on the weeks. Then I will go back. I will probably create a cover page where it just says notes or extra pages, and then I will have extra pages for whatever. The other thing is if I don't end up using those extra pages, I'm not much worried about it. So that is the B6stology. I'm really happy about this. This is the last one for my health journal. This is the one that surprised me. So I got to chatting with Nessie Plans. She's always there for me and always supportive. And I currently use a health journal. I will tell, I can't go into this and flip it, but I do keep track in the monthlies. I have type 2 diabetes. I got diagnosed in January of 2024, and it sucks, okay? And I'm trying really hard to stay off a lot of the meds they recommend, and also get off the one med that I'm on and some insulin. And so I do chart my glucose. I chart it every morning in my main planner, and then I transfer it to here. When I go to the doctor, which is every 3 months, I always make sure that I'm totally caught, that planner, when I carry this in, is all caught up and everything's filled in. So I thought, do I want to, first of all the hype about Hobonichi this year, goodness and mercy, they got us by the, they got us by the short hairs, you guys. They're changing the rules, and I get that, you know, business is business, and that's fine. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get political about the tariffs and stuff. I just want to have this channel be just a fun place to be, because the rest of the world is basically sucks lately. But I will tell you that, man, times are changing, you guys. You just can't just, like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying without saying it? It's like Hobonichi changing the rules where you can't even order a cover, because if you order a cover, you got to order a planner, and then the shipping, and it's like, ugh. Honestly, I'm not that deep into all the information, but I will tell you that I don't want to work that hard to spend my money. And so I thought, well, if I decide to get a Hobonichi Weeks, okay, if I decide to go again with my health journal being a Hobonichi Weeks, I'll just get it from Jet Pens. And I'm going to put 2 pictures up. The first one I loved was the floral with the red, and then the second one I loved was the squirrel. So cute, and I want them bad. But then I had to realize that the only reason I want them is because of the cover. So then I had to reflect, okay, what do you need in a health journal? And the only thing I really need is a month at a glance for when I see the doctor, or regularly a month at a glance. When I see the doctor and when I transfer my glucose numbers, and then any notes, any general notes. Okay, so I don't really need a weekly spread for the general notes, but I use it in the weeks. So I thought, okay, let's go to the drawers in your planner room and let's see what you got. And I thought to myself, all right, I have this traveler's notebook in the standard size, and I have, my fan's about to fall off. And I thought, all right, I went to Peanuts Planner Co. and I printed out the 2025. I printed out 1 sheet and I cut it down, and I can cut it down even more. Now, also I should say, because I do get told a lot, you could print out the free printables and do the monthlies for your planner. I know that. I don't like that. I like the thinness of the paper, and I don't like how when you glue another piece of paper onto the insert or the notebook, it makes the whole thing thick, and I don't like the feel of that. But this particular thing, I don't spend a lot of time in my health journal, so I feel like it's okay to do that. So I pulled out these blank inserts. This one's aligned, cheap from Michael's, and this one's cheap from Amazon. And this has a weekly, I hope that you can see that okay, so basically this is like a Hobonichi, similar layout, okay? These were cheap from Amazon. And then the other thing I like about this cover is it has a Foxy Fix. I put a sticky pocket here and a sticky pocket here. Notes for the video. And so this will allow me to put receipts and stuff. And then the only thing I probably need is a pen, but I always have one on me in my purse. So how I'm going to use this as my health plan or health journal is I'm going to wait for Peanuts Planner Co. to put out her yearly 2026 free. I'm going to glue this in. Once I do that, I'm going to have 39 note pages left just in this insert for if I have to make notes. Then, for instance, this last Tuesday, I went to the doctor and we implemented some changes. There were some things that needed to be addressed, and there were some things that I needed to chart on a daily basis. So when I need this weekly setup, that's when I'll use it. So like today, I would have written, because I'm charting my weight, because we put me on 4 days of Lasix. So here she wanted me to chart my weight, so I did that. That's in my other planner. So I'll just hand date it and just chart it, and if I make any notes. And so for instance, the nurse called me about some of my lab results and we discussed things, and I made notes here on the right side, and so everything is together that is correlated. I hope that makes sense. But I don't need to have a full 52-week year planner to function, to have it function as my health journal. I don't. I just need the monthlies. And so I thought, okay, so I already had this, I already had the cover, and I can get this for free. You guys, I'm really proud of myself. I really am. And I feel really okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, and you guys, it's planner season. We all know it, okay? And I'm not trying to be, an old man curmudgeon, but I'm going to now turn off all the noise that happens. I've gotten rid of Instagram a number of weeks ago. I can't do it. It's just too much, and I find it exhausting. And so I'm gonna now I'm not even on Facebook. So I'm not on Facebook. I'm only on YouTube, you guys. And I'm just gonna turn off the noise and I guess save my money. And I'm going to very much try not to get distracted, very much spend my time setting these three items up so that I'm prepared, and just go ahead and be okay currently now with my decision. Now listen, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, okay? We all know how much I love planners, stickers, and all the SHI, you know whaties. Okay, so listen, it's like saying after Sunday dinner you're gonna go on a diet. It's because your stomach is full and you just had a piece of pie. The hard work is ahead, and that's when I'm like, ooh, pretty, and I get distracted. Okay, when that happens, I reach for this notebook and I start writing, and I start and maybe this is a rabbit trail, but I will tell you that one of the things that's been helping me with getting through wanting things and getting distracted by wanting things is I go to here now. I've done this for the last 2 or 3 months. And this is a little bit of my personal story, so I hope you're down for it. But I've been writing in here, why do you want that? And if you legit want it, then okay. If you have the money. But this book has really been helping me work out those moments where I feel distracted. Now listen, I am no poster child for minimalism or being a good saver with money and staying on a budget. No, please no. I am not trying to give off that persona at all. This is one of the biggest places that I struggle in my life and have my entire adult life. So please know that I'm just sharing what I'm working through currently. Okay. So I feel really okay with these choices, and I'm just going to work through when I don't feel okay with these choices. And then if I legit get, a month or two into 2026, I'm like, this isn't working. I'm okay with that. It's no big deal. It's just a notebook. But this year I feel so proud because I haven't spent any new money, and I'm really, really happy about that. I think that was it. That was pretty deep. All right, so I think that's about it. Now I got asked, I can't remember if I said this at the beginning. I don't think I did. I got asked if somebody asked me if they would share how the boys are doing and how my gray hair was doing. So I did a little video clip and showed you my hair, no makeup, so no judging. And then the boys are doing good. We've begun to walk again, and I just took a break last winter. I didn't do any walking. It was terrible. So the weather's been really nice, so I've been taking them out, and Charlie is just a natural. He just loves it and absolutely just like sits. So Charlie was a struggle because I had my perfect soul dog, Cooper, which is the gray one, and then Charlie's the 1-year-old, who's the brown tan, and Cooper is my soul dog, and I call Charlie my Rainbow Bridge dog because the only reason I got him was because I knew Cooper's going to be 13 October 28th. I knew that when Cooper passes, which won't be soon, that you're going to have to scrape me off the floor. It's going to be bad. And so I thought, and I always need a pet, so I thought I would get a puppy. I was not prepared because Cooper was a super easy puppy, and he was really super easy to train. And Charlie is super, super, super smart. I mean, it's concerning how smart this boy is. And so we struggled a little bit with some power. And finally I put my foot down and said, I'm the one with opposable thumbs. I'm going to win. And once I did that, then it was better sailing. But they're both doing super, super, super good. Cooper loves Charlie, and Charlie adores Cooper. He worships him. I worry a little bit about Cooper's demise and how Charlie will respond, but the vet said that I have extended Cooper's life anywhere from 3 to 4 years by just getting Charlie, and I'm like, yay, go me. So I filmed our little walk today, and then I also filmed when we get back. They're so cute because I drop them off in the backyard and then I run them around to the front. And then when we come in, they know they're going to get a cookie. So these are some videos that somebody asked me for, and I said I would do it. So I appreciate you watching. All right. Hey, everybody. So this is how the gray is happening. I don't really have makeup on, but she's foiling it. I don't have the best lighting, but you know what? I'm no cinematographer. So that is regular gray right here. And then she's been foiling it to kind of blend it. So things are going well. And I really like how it's transitioned. So let's see if I can, oh, there. Is that better? So yeah, she's doing a really good job with it. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. I apologize for no makeup. Appreciate you guys watching my videos. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and always enjoy today. Bye, everybody.